Hey guys, it's Average, welcome back to the channel, and today we're up in New Zealand. Yes, we're flying out of Mount Cook, and I'm flying, appropriately so, the helicopter.co.nz machine from the helicopter line, which is literally next to an AI one here at Mount Cook. How cool is that, right? It's awesome. And we're on one of the helicopter parking spots here, although we're not quite on it, we're kind of behind it. But I'll take that small mercy. But if you look here, look at this, see? Helicopter that I'm flying. Picked livery by random, picked airport, and there's one right here. How cool is that? That's awesome. It's almost like I planned this. I didn't. That was pure luck. But we're here at Mount Cook, and we're going to be flying up there. Yes. I am going to be seeing if I've actually gotten better as a helicopter pilot. We're going to a bunch of huts on mountainsides, which is going to be challenging. I'll give you that. So let's see if we can get this done. Right, my fuel is where it should be cut off for turbine start. Keep that down. System start up. I wonder if I can turn on a bunch of the stuff here. I forget how some of these work sometimes, but I'm pretty sure there should be buttons. Those are the floats, mirrors, searchlights. I knew there was a way of having certain things turn on the aircraft. I just never remember what it is. Obviously, those don't work currently. So let's look up here to rotor brake is off. Yes, correct. And that should be good to go. Avionics need to be flicked even though it's technically on. It's always been away with this aircraft. What did you do? That did nothing. What did you do? That did nothing. Okay, so they're just literally blank buttons. For the sake of blank buttons, they don't even have a feature. God. Okay, let's get this thing started up. So we've got our navigation system here, which was our routing up to the mountain, because it's going to be hard to find these places otherwise. But we should be otherwise good. Okay, so starters engaged. Watch us spin up the turbine. Get the required numbers. And then I should be able to give it fuel. And that will require me to put this into flight. And we should get a good start on the engine. That's going to start up as well. And then we should be good. All coming online. Excellent. Pretty sure it's meant to be back. Or forwards. I'm never sure which way. I figured this is the correct direction. Because it won't let me click it anymore. So there is that. And the rotor's turning, so I assume the rotor brake isn't going to do anything if it's turning. Otherwise it wouldn't turn. Okay, we are good to go. A little gusty. A bit of movement on our numbers. But we should be alright to lift here. Okay. Let's switch my head on. Let's get started on Operation Try Not to Explode on a Mountain. Okay, lifting off. There we go. Let's get ourselves turned around here. We'll depart straight out this way, because we're going up the mountain first. In fact, it shouldn't be too far to go up here, I think it is. I'm almost looking competent now. I've been doing quite a bit of practice with my helicopters, so I'm almost actually looking like I know what I'm doing. And we're almost direct on track here. So we'll be flying up the ridgeline here. Landing will be more challenging, admittedly. But I almost look competent. It's a really weird feeling. I've started to really enjoy helicopters. I need to put some more time into studying them. I've been practicing things like auto rotations, which I'm very bad at. If you're lucky, I'll do one for you in this video. But I've enjoyed flying them because they're a challenge. And I personally think anything that I find difficult annoys me to the point where I have to be better at it. And this just adds to my list of skills of things I can do in a zombie apocalypse. I can sail a yacht. I can operate a powerboat, rescue boat. Train sim has taught me how to operate a train. I can drive cars, tractors, four-wheel drives, armoured vehicles. I can fly a fixed-wing aircraft. I could probably fudge flying an airliner if I had to. It'd be really cool if I could fly a helicopter if I had to in the apocalypse, because you know what I want? I want a Huey with twin M60s and lots of metal music, and I would be very happy in the apocalypse. And Jet A would finally be free. Right, it should be up here somewhere on the ridge line. Not sure where we're looking for it, but we'll try our best. Might be a little bit further on looking at this, but I think it is. So it's not here, it might be straight ahead. But we are in control of this aircraft, it seems, somewhat. You have to be careful with mountains because we get some pretty good altitude on this trip. So I'm just going to zoom this map in here so I've got a good look at what I'm doing. We are zoomed in as we can get. Yeah, I'll be up here on this spine, I think. But we're flying up Mount Cook today, and we'll be making about 5 stops. This should be Muller Hut. Then we're on to the Sefton Bivouac Hut, Copland Shelter, Plateau Hut, and then stopping off finally at Kelman Hut. So it should be challenging. That gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 landings at mountain locations here to test my helicopter metal. It's not very good, of course. I'm woefully incapable, but we'll do our best. I've been terrifying people flying around Los Angeles at street top level recently. It's been my delight. I'm thinking it's going to be up on top of here, so that should be pretty simple. I love the 125. It's become one of my favourite helicopters. The 222 I didn't like as much as this one. I find this is a better one by the guys that made it, but I don't know, the 500 I'd love to fly, but it's so super twitchy I find it really challenging. Whereas this is kind of the Goldilocks helicopter for me. I find it just right. So off to the left of track here, so it's going to be up somewhere here, probably on the ridge line. We'll see if we can spot it when we get up here. The nice things about helicopters in mountains is there's no such thing as a dead-end valley in most cases. You can just stop and turn around. Here we go. Coming up to the ridgeline now. So this should put us on target just up ahead of us here. So I'm expecting to find something up here. Not that I can see it. This should be where we are. But where are we? Oh boy, finding this is going to be hard, I think. I don't see diddly squat up here, do you? We can't be too far away, so it's got to be around here somewhere. This is going to be part of the magic for this trip, I think. It's finding the bloody thing. Should be directly off our left now. Where that is, though, I'm not sure. So it should be somewhere here. I just don't see it. We may just go for an off-airport landing and chalk this one up as I can't find it. Oh, no, I see it right there. I am dumb. It is right there. Okay, I'm just stupid. How I missed that, I'm not sure. But it is right there. Okay, let's loosen our airspeed. And bring it down. There we go. Nice and steady. Oh, we're going forwards too much. Let's arrest that descent. This is the bit I'm bad at, by the way, just to let you know. So this is the part where you should start laughing. I'm going to land uphill here. It looks flatter over here, so... That's almost steady. There we go. So we've done what we need to do here. So now we need to depart and head on to our next destination. Which should be behind us, looking at the map. So based on our current heading, it'll be off that way to USR 01. So we should be good. See, we're actually off the track. of where it showed it to be. So we're going to have to do some looking around, I think, when we do these missions. So let's lift away. We delivered the mail to the hut. There we go. Hello, little hut up on a mountain. You're way bigger than I thought you'd be, Muller Hut. Yeah, that is considerably bigger than I thought it would be. Oh well, let's get out of here, shall we? Yeah, as most people suspect, I think the landing part is becoming the hardest part for me. We're straight on course here, so we're climbing up to the ridge of this side of the valley. Should be all good. Terminal lake down there at the bottom, bits of ice in it. So we've got a big chasm here, then we have to start climbing again. And we're already passing through 6,000, so helicopters will lose effectiveness and hoverability at higher altitudes. So I'm hoping this is probably the higher point of where we need to go, but Mount Cook's a bit taller than this. We should be good with the 125 though. But it will mean we're going to be impacting our climb ability. Let's try and stay on course. I think we're actually coming to the foothills over here rather than all the way up to the top of the peaks. Keep an eye on our track. In fact, we shouldn't be too far away here, but I think I see it there. Right on the ridge. Yep, we see it. Right off our nose. Okay, so this is going better this time. We know where we're actually going. And we're going quite fast here, actually, so let's slow that down. We'll give them a flyby to say hi. Oh, FPS said no for a second there. Let's get ourselves turned around here. Not disorientate ourselves with how this is situated. Okay. Let's make a nice steady approach here. Keep this off my left so I can get a better reference. That's a really small hut this time, if I'm honest. I've lost visual on it. I think it's below me somewhere. Yep, there it is. Whoa. Whoa. Did I just VRS? I got close to it. Holding on. Okay. So we're landing on the top of the crest up there. That's going to be way more steady for us. Let's keep a little forward momentum in this time so we don't get ourselves in our own rotor wash. But I got a massive sinking feeling that time. Abort, abort, abort. I screwed that up horribly. Okay, that looks way flatter. You're probably enjoying watching me be terrible at this. But I am trying, I promise. I count that as a successful landing, don't you? The hut is right there, and we're still alive. Where are we going next? Almost straight on from here, so we'll say hi to the little hut as we go. This is much cuter. This is more what I expected these huts to look like. An actual hut with a water tank. Right, let's peel off to the next one, shall we? Yeah, I think I'm adding a bit more than the average kind of rookie helicopter pilot should be handling at this stage, because this is definitely more challenging terrain. I love my bush flying, so I thought this would be perfect for me, flying helicopters in terrain like this. I definitely think I'm biting off more than I can chew, because this is pretty extreme stuff, and it's definitely more than I'm used to. So we need to be more on this heading here. There we go. Water here. That looks about right. Keep along this line of terrain. Okay, we're doing good. We're not dead. We haven't crashed yet. These landings have been survivable and reusable in being the important part of this. That is the takeaway here, of course. Alright, we should be coming up on the site shortly. I believe this one's going to be our third stop. That was Sefton Bivouac Hut, obviously small. This is Copland Shelter. We should be coming up on it very shortly. It's probably up there. Unless that's it, 12 o'clock. I see scenery stuff. Is this our spot? Looks like it. Let's get turned around here. Looks like another planet down there, doesn't it? With the retreated glacier. Yeah, that's our spot. This one's going to be tricky. I'm going to proceed up the ridgeline and see if I can get in close. I'm full pedal over here and I'm not turning much, so I'm going to try and manage this. Okay, let's power down a little bit here. Drop collective. Try and manage this approach as carefully as I can. This might be a hover and chuck stuff out the door job. Lost sight on the LZ. Or is it? There we are. That's the hut. Okay. I see it closer now. It's dark in colour, so it's difficult to spot. I think I see a spot I can set down. There we go. It's almost safe-ish. Not safe, but I think it's the best I can do here. I could just move slightly up this way. Boing, boing, boing. I'm calling that a win for me. This is extreme for my abilities. Very extreme for my abilities. But as you'll see here, it's a tube. That's cool. It's a little tube. Almost like an aircraft fuselage has been turned into a hut. That's actually sick. I love that. Look at that thing there. That's badass. I love that. Right, let's get out of here before I get caught up in anything. So, whoopsie daisy. And away we go. Okay, so we're heading across the valley here, which I believe we're going straight to the final spot here. I know we have Plateau Hut coming up. I believe. Although it feels like we're not. Maybe that was Plateau Hut. Or the bivouac spot. I think that was the Plateau Hut. Maybe. We'll work out for crazy, but I think this looks like we're heading to Muller Hut, which is our final stop on this trip. This one should be a little bit simpler up on the glacier itself, or the remains of it. So let's be nice and gentle here. Build some speed and altitude. Coming from the top rather than up the glacier. The last thing I need is CFIT, so we'll give you everything it's got right now. And the aircraft's definitely challenged here. Or starting to feel a little challenged. I notice its ability to really maintain a hover and be precise at higher altitudes is much more difficult. Obviously I'm grabbing less air. So tail rotor authority is weaker. The collective feels a bit weaker. Trying to be as careful and gentle here as possible. And I know at some point I will not be able to hover. But I think I'm way below that altitude by a good measure, so we should be okay. So this is something I wouldn't get into in a fixed-wing aircraft here, but in this, I'm at nearly 9,000 feet. I think I'm still just about okay to slow down if I have to and turn around. But I should be able to clear this pass here. We should be good. Every time I fly, I'm starting to get better in helicopters. It's something I'm really enjoying. Oh no, we are going to Plateau. Okay, wow. So we've got the far side of here. God, this place is gorgeous. Look at this. Let's go third person. Doing this in a helicopter feels very dangerous. Literally horribly dangerous. Gorgeous. Look at this. What a way to see this part of the world. Okay, so our destination is going to be down here on the... Oh, God. Left. I know there's a flat spot there, which I believe is the landing spot. And we're nearly overspeeding here, so... Should be coming around the far side of this terrain and we should see the plateau. In fact, I think I see it there. Or something down there on the snow. Oh wow, look at this. I know we're rolling in on it now. There it is on top of the mountain there. You can see it right on that craggy cliff face. This could be a real tough one, probably because it's got a separate landing site above it. But we'll try and come in here and see what we've got to work with. There she is. God, this is a beautiful part of the world. There we are. There is the hut. And there's something on the ground over there. I might take their advice and sit down over here, but that's a heli, so I think we're going to do exactly as they've done. And it's the same livery as us. That's cool. Let's get turned around here. I like landing uphill because it keeps my tail rotor to be the last thing to come closer to the ground, rather than the first thing. Oh, this is so hard not being able to get references in the snow. Oh god, I have to use him as a reference. Ugh, that was not great. Oh god, it's so hard with no references here in the pure white snow. You can't see what you're doing. That's terrifying. But it's the same liveried helicopter as us, which is totally inappropriate. I'm so glad I deliberately chose this livery. Not that it was the nicest NZ or Zulu Kilo registered aircraft I could find. Not that at all. A happy little Bob Ross accident. That's probably the toilet up there. With water tanks, so yes. Got there's icicles on that thing. Whew. That's a cold little hut up there. Let's get out of here, shall we? Right, we're going this way, I believe. No, that way. Across there. I've not flipped the helicopter once yet. And we've not crashed. And this is take one, by the way. I don't do takes in my videos, but I figured a helicopter video would probably be the one where I would need to. But we're intact so far, so we're good. How far away are we here? So, we're looking for 8.2 nautical miles, so this shouldn't be bad at all. Look at this lunar landscape down there. Look at this stuff, it looks amazing. Oh god, we're overspeeding. Okay. Tilt back a little bit here. Try and slow the helicopter down. Way too fast. Let's get some lift again here. And we're more straight on course. I know there's a runway up here because we've landed here before in the Porter. But now we're on the Glacier proper because this mud is giving way to ice here, as you can see there. And the debris from other flows. And now we're on the Glacier itself. A lot of these cases, places like that have actually still got ice underneath the surface there, but you've got so much rock debris that's flowed down on top of it that you almost have the river of ice moving all that rock debris on top of it. In fact, the ice here is wider than it looks. All this debris you'll see to the left and right is literally from stuff sliding down the mountainside as it's eroded. As the ice erodes it, it falls down and lands on top and gets conveyed down the mountain. So this is why lakes at the bottom of glaciers are amazing for minerals, because all the minerals get transported down the mountain for you. It's like a free conveyor belt. Made out of ice. I see something up there on the ice ahead of me. Not sure what it is. Two somethings. Let's take a look, shall we? I'm not sure what you are, but you look structural. Small oh god, shelter. Small shelter. I suspect these are either for they're probably most likely weather instrument sites, places for locating instruments, or they're for sheltering when they're out on the ice. But they're quite small. That one's a little actual hut itself there. Or they could just be completely misplaced objects. Who knows? We're varying off course, but the Glacier does snake around to the right here, so we're okay. This is cool. This is pod racing, said Anakin. No, with how intentional this stuff is, I'm pretty sure these are meant to be placed in these locations. Start to gain some altitude here. We should be coming around the corner to our site. We are indeed. Starting to get pretty broken up here. Well, there's a heli there. So that's something. We're not landing down here though, that would be totally missing the point. I know there's the actual hut itself. I believe that's one of the landing zones. There's the fixed wing is up there on the ridge. I need to be off to the right here. Oh, there's the structure up ahead of us, up on the hilltop there. That's what we're looking for. And we may have actually made it. One more landing, we've done this. I've actually survived a full helicopter mission here on Mount Cook. There's a heli down there, in fact, in the snow. And there's more structures around here, but this is what we'll be putting down up here. Good work. But there's a spot there. It's almost like we have an actual landing zone for us there. Ish, kind of. Let's bring this down a little bit, take a look at what we've got. Little touristy bit first. I love this added kind of detail and rocky terrain around here. It really adds to the experience of flying helicopters. There we go. Oh, hello. Let's bring this down here so I can see what we're looking at. Let's counter that torque. Whoa, Nelly. There we are, a little hut. Nice. Let's go over the hut, shall we? Well, to the side. We'll go to the side. Let's just fly sideways, not hit the toilet. That would be bad. There we go. And we'll spin it around here. Park it next to him. Oh god, we're sliding. Nope. Abort that landing. That was not good. Right, okay. Let's try this again, shall we? This time with feeling. Come on. A little bit of... Actually, it's really not flat there at all. Why did I do that? We'll go up here above this line. It's mostly a landing. Right, it's snow. We're probably okay. Right, and the last thing we'll do in the video is we're going to do an auto rotation. I'm going to attempt to do one. So this is going to go horribly wrong, I warn you now. Okay? We're going to end up crashing, and I regret my decisions, but we're going to crash on a glacier. It'll be a survival story. You'll all love it. So I'm going to get some altitude here first. At least a glacier gives us plenty of options for where to go down. Okay, we'll gain some altitude, and we'll fly out this way. I love the fact I can reach that. You know, it's wonderful to be able to reach another cockpit tool when I need to, you know. Right, I think we've got plenty of altitude here, so... Okay, we've lost fuel pressure, so... Whoa! Collective all the way down. Ah! Mostly dead. Probably quite dead there. Probably quite dead. I'd have snapped all the rotors off, smashed the airframe to pieces and died horribly. But, I don't know. I'm bad at auto-rotation. I'm really bad at it. There's nuance to it, and the aircraft just wants to go whoa the second I kind of dump the collective there. So I'm still trying to struggle with that one, but you got a laugh out of me, so that's the important part of this. Hopefully you enjoyed our wonderful little video today, and there's now a new crater on the glacier here. And I'm in it. So come visit my grave. It's great. You can have a little vigil. Bye.